What you assume to be true will manifest in your reality. Albeit true, this is not just one in enough and the universe rushes to send it to you, hocus pocus. No, the so-called universe that's supposed to enchant your dreams into reality is actually called your nervous system. The law of assumption is a prime example of the phenomenon called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Here's how it works. Pick any assumption you currently have. That assumption or belief has taken a firm seat inside your mind through strong feelings and repeated thoughts and actions. The truth is that the truth is rarely is ever as we think it is. If you chose a negative assumption, maybe you failed at something related to your assumption a long time ago, or maybe you got some negative feedback from an authoritative person. In any case, the moment evoked strong negative feelings. Those feelings triggered negative thought patterns that you've been repeating to yourself ever since. So your brain gradually started to interpret everything related to that assumption as survival threats due to the overall negative stigma about the assumption. Therefore, either consciously or subconsciously, you avoid doing anything that could prove the assumption wrong altogether. Strong feelings, especially bad ones, are well known for their power to carve new neural connections into your brain fast. And repetition is the bulletproof way to reinforce that new neural pathway. With every repetition of thought or action, it grows stronger and stronger. This vicious cycle has a name in psychology: a confirmation bias. When you're thinking about buying a new car, for example, suddenly you start seeing that car everywhere you go. It's the confirmation bias in action. It's not that the car magically appeared more frequently overnight, it's just that your brain is now primed to notice it because it aligns with your current focus. This psychological phenomenon has actually a special seat in our brains called the reticular activating system. It's responsible for filtering incoming sensory information and prioritizing what is important. When you consistently focus on a particular assumption or belief, your RAS becomes programmed to prioritize information related to that belief, making it more likely to manifest in your awareness and experiences. For example, a mother of a newborn living near an airport can sleep just fine even through the loud takeoff noise of an airplane in the middle of the night. But if the baby stirred in the next room, the mother easily woke up to this much lesser noise. This is the RAS at work. The sound of an airplane taking off is learned to be irrelevant to anything important, so the RAS blocks its passage to the consciousness, interrupting the good night's sleep. However, the offspring's well-being is extremely important for the survival of one's genes. So even the most quiet mumble in the middle of the night passes right through the RAS to wake up the conscious mind. The same applies to your established beliefs. Your brain filters new information and ideas through your existing beliefs to make sense of their relevancy. Which information to allow access to your consciousness and which to ignore. That's why you notice evidence about the validity of what you already believe to be true everywhere, and struggle to take note of any opposing evidence even right in front of your face. In addition, negative feelings pack a lot heavier punch to ignite new neural pathways than positive ones. It's our ancient survival mechanism. That's why those pesky devils on our shoulder, called self-limiting beliefs, have jumped on board so subtly and uninvited and are so hard to get rid of. What is the punchline to all of this? You are already utilizing the law of assumption. Unfortunately, mostly and more likely for unwanted outcomes. Thankfully, the law of assumption does work the other way as well. It just doesn't come so naturally. It takes some effort and practice. Simply flip the switch, like this. The first step, determine the direction. What do you want? Specifically, to get rich or to get fit won't suffice. A mentally fulfilling side business that generates an extra 3K month income to get rid of constant financial stress. A healthy low-fat body combined with the vitality of a school kid to get more quality years to spend with loved ones. These are better examples. Step 2. Assume that you already have it all. How? Strong feelings plus repeated thoughts times repeated actions equals the effectiveness of the law of assumption. Visualization is the best tool for creating strong feelings and new thought patterns about your desired outcome. How you visualize is not relevant here. The key is to generate positive feelings. The stronger, the better. More than merely thinking and visualizing is required though. You need actions that align with your new thoughts and validate them to be true. See my arbitrary equation. No action equals no result, regardless of the strength and frequency of your feelings and thoughts. So, identify the small daily actions you need to take for tangible progress toward your desired outcome. Don't forget to address the likely obstacles on the way and how you plan to overcome them as well. This is how you start training your RAS to notice this new goal as something to prioritize your focus more from now on. And the final step is simply to rinse and repeat. Every repetition reinforces the effect as well as every miss weakens it. Utilizing the law of assumption the good way is extremely simple. However, simple does not mean easy. Chances are that your brain is already housing beliefs that conflict with the new beliefs you try to plant there. And the existing beliefs have the upper hand. They are already there, so trying to replace them can feel uncomfortably fake and discouraging at first. That's why it can be so crucially empowering to remember that no magical universe responsible for serving anyone's dreams on a silver platter exists that the manifesting gurus are feeding to people. The universe is not to blame for being unfair or broken if it will take 2 years for you to manifest the same outcome your annoying neighbor manifested in 4 months. Because the universe is within you and it's not the same universe as within that neighbor or your spouse or your mother or your boss. It's all between your own ears. Therefore, you have both the power and the responsibility of what kind of material you put there. In time, what you put there will inevitably be what you manifest, yourself.